We're back for another episode of Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 14. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. All right, y'all know by now I don't go through every single detail of the episode. And guess what? This episode, it was a bunch of filler to the main event. But let's go through the filler right now. So Juancho and Carla went to see Carla's spiritual intuitive. Now, I'm not one of those people who's anti-intuitives, readers, and the occult. I'm not anti that. I'm actually pro it. And I actually read cards myself.
Call me now for your free tarot reading.
I don't think you should read cards for yourself sometimes because it's hard to be unbiased. But what I will say is all readers are not created equally. They're not created equally. And this lady is a prime example of why all readers aren't created equally. She said that Carla and Juancho were soulmates.
Nigga, please.
That's what she was picking up. That's what her guides were telling her. No, lady, no. Y'all need to get up and leave. She's not the one. She's not it. You should read reviews on your readers just like you would read reviews on a phone that you might buy, or on a TV, or on a pot. Anything you might buy on Amazon that you read the reviews before buying, you should read the reviews on readers before you go see them. It helps. Trust me, it helps. I've been to many readers in my life, some better than others. And I'm just going to tell you, like Miss Cleo said, the cards don't lie. They really don't. You can be skeptical all you want, but here's the thing about the cards. They're not definite. They're just saying what could possibly come if you keep following that path. This is where you are now. This is where you were in the past, and this is where you could be in the future. So it's not definitive. It's just warning you, basically.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
So anyhow, let's move on to Camille and Thomas, or Thomas and Camille. They were boring as usual. They're just discussing future plans. This is an episode where people start discussing where we're gonna live when the filming is over after decision day. Camille wants to discuss, and Thomas is like, whatever, we'll figure it out. And then they go have fondue. And Camille's like, I've never had fondue in person. She's like, what if I get out of here and I think, this was nice. I can't get her tone of voice. She's boring, and she clenches her teeth when she talks. But that's all they had. They went to have fondue, and they discussed it again. Where are we going to live? And, do we really have a future? I don't see the chemistry between them at all. I mean, they're trying to force this chemistry between them, but I don't see it at all. The two light skins, the two biracials, they should match because they're light skinned and biracial. No.
We got a match!
Anyhow, let's get to it. Emem meets up with Dr. Pia. First, she's alone. Then rolls in old dry ass Ikechi. He walks in as rude as ever. He greets Dr. Pia, and Dr. Pia notes, why you hug your wife? And he said, I was getting to that. I mean, dang. I mean, let me sit down. I mean, and then he talks about, because she asked him, like, well, you went out of town and you didn't even contact her. I told her I was going out of town. I mean, I went to Houston for solitude and safety. Here he goes again with these buzzwords to make Emem look like a predator. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to tear her down and make her look like he's the prize and he was taken advantage of. And I don't understand, and I'm not trying to do these gender biases, but what man, any man, heterosexual, gay man, wants to constantly see themselves as the victim to a woman?
Mark-ass trick.
I don't get it. I mean, that just kind of, what man wants that? But he is constantly running that game. And solitude and safety from what? He acts like she was just attacking him on the daily. And I need proof because we don't believe you. You need more people, Ikechi, because you keep talking about how she attacks you. She's a passive aggressive and she lashes out at you, but are you just projecting what you do? I believe so. He just a band, man. I wish you could say these words. He's a like I just can't stand him.
Man, you better get your hostile black ass out of here.
He infuriates me, and it's like I watch other shows, reality shows, and I don't get this invested in the people because I know what it is. I know it's all just kind of, smoke and mirrors and, people playing a role for the cameras. But this guy, he came on here. I just really want to know the psychology behind his motivation. Because I know everybody says he was trying to sell a book. And he has bad reviews on the book. But I don't know if I trust those reviews because it's just hate reviews basically from the show. From what I saw. And people keep saying, well, Ikechi's not a teacher. He's a teacher. But he's actually really a counselor. And he's worked at colleges. Not like... I mean, check the LinkedIn. I did it for you. I do the research. I did it for you. So I'm going to roll that beautiful beam footage while you see what he does for a living. And, you think that he's jealous of Emem because, she's smart. She owns a business. She's a nurse practitioner. She's in the medical field. She's smart and he's jealous. Okay, let's pause. I said last week that it's her fault at this point. It's her fault because you teach people how to treat you. And you're allowing this. You're teaching Ikechi how to treat you and you're teaching production how to treat you. Because you've let society treat you this way and making you believe that marriage is the answer. You can have all the accolades, all the successes, all the awards, all the businesses, all the degrees, but yet what validates Emem as a woman is to be married. Penis! That's what solidifies her as a person. Marriage. So that's why she's like, toughing it out. I really still want this marriage when he clearly said he doesn't want it. I still really want this marriage. I'm going to fight for it. Why? You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Like, some things aren't worth it. And if you think divorce is a failure, I wish people would look at it as divorce is an opportunity to move on. It's a time to change. Because change is the only constant in this world, people. Divorce is a time where you saw you need something different. This isn't working. So... give it up, move on. So they leave Dr. Pia where he's already said he didn't want to deal with it. But then he says, hey, you want to go play some video games? What? Yeah, I really want to play some video games. I'm going to whip your ass. Oh, okay. So he gave her hope. This guy, he's so not, I wouldn't need hope from him because he's so whack. He's so whack and he's so lame. So whack and so lame. So nasty, so rude. Okay, let's move on to Madison. Creeping in the door at 3:30 a.m. Alan is asleep on the sofa.
Okay, right.
And then they cut to the morning time where she's coming out in her towel. I was out, we were getting tacos. Who gets tacos at 3:30 a.m.? We went to Velvet Taco. Can I just say Velvet Tacos is so gross. It's not a good tacos. It's like, it's almost beneath Chipotle tacos. They're not good tacos. But whatever. They went to Velvet Tacos and who gets tacos at 3 a.m.? Any guesses? We haven't played a guessing game in a long time. Who gets tacos at 3 a.m.? Any guesses?
Eugene Pruitt.
No.
Hey, Miss Jenkins.
No.
Pretty Ricky, what they called.
David, that's who gets tacos. In fact, he gets 6 tacos. So another thing with Madison is because Alan is such a pleaser and wants to appeal to her in some kind of way, he says, well, he allows Madison to take him to a stylist. Madison, who wears Lululemon. Madison, it looks like a 90s country western singer in that blouse that she bought at Charlotte Russe or Ikechi or any cheap store in the mall. This little blousey shirt she got from Forever 21. Not even the good stuff at Forever 21, on the sales rack at Forever 21. Madison is taking him to a stylist because she wants him to have a more refined look. So Madison, are you next? Because Madison, that dye job is horrible. That nose piercing doesn't fit you. That shirt is horrible. Those pants are horrible. Madison, you need a stylist. And have you noticed this season there's a common theme with the women who want to change their spouses? So Camille took Thomas to get some earrings, some swagalicious jewelry, which was whack. And she dresses whack and frumpy. Like she has the same short set in so many different colors. Then basic plain Jane Michelle. Although sometimes Michelle gets it right. Took David to get a new look. And only one who's not really trying to change the way they look is Carla. She's just trying to change the way he looks on the outside, his aura. She's trying to change his aura.
And I'm not bullshitting, man. I seen like an orange, his aura or whatever. I seen it. It was orange.
So they're just trying to change these people because later on, Alan also reveals that he's getting Invisalign, which, he thought his tooth his Dracula thing was cute. Okay, Alan. And she says that any of your other mates think that was cute. Look how this girl, and then the real gag is Madison is saying all this stuff about Alan, but we find out, look who she's with. David with the man bun. She wants Alan to go work out, though David works out a lot. David's not in shape. David's one of those dudes who works out a lot, but you never really see results. He said he used to bodybuild. Okay, but you're not doing it now. David smokes. David lives at home, but you don't want Alan just because, okay, Alan is a little cringy sometimes, but Alan has a good personality, a good job, a nice car, a nice house, and he likes you. David is an F-boy. I mean, hence the text messages, but they were to you. And let's get to David and Michelle. So, David comes home with his backpack, and they instantly start talking about the text messages again. Basically saying, David, you didn't need to lie to me. Why are you lying to me? It was a dumb lie. And then he finally breaks his silence. Well, the way you were treating me, and you rejected me constantly, and that's why I did it. I mean, I feel like shit. I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed my family. That's not who I am. Okay, I almost believe him that's not who he is, because that was a terrible lie. So that kind of shows that he doesn't lie that often, because that lie was horrible. It wasn't even crafted well.
All I know how to do is be honest.
It was a horrible lie, but he said, I just want us to, get together. And she didn't want you from jump, and he knew that. She didn't want you the minute you said you lived at home. So what makes you think after you live at home in a dungeon, you smoke,
You look dusty.
you're out of shape because you're unrefined, you have a man bun, and now you're a liar and a cheater. 8 reasons to not want anything with you, David. But so he left. He said he was going to the gym. You know what? Someone once told me you can't outwork out a bad diet. And it's true. I work out quite frequently. I mean, my diet is not atrocious, but I haven't gotten the results that I want because I work out all the time, everybody. Although, because I've been sick for the past 2 weeks with this cough, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I haven't been to the gym. I'm so upset about that.
Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
Though I was on a treadmill yesterday. So then, let's just get to the main event. So the couples are packing, getting ready for the couples retreat. Now, there hadn't been a good couples retreat since Hurricane K came through like slamming those benches around, throwing those benches around. But this one might be one for the books. This might be number 2 on the list because, you know, they get to the retreat, which is in Northbrook, Illinois. That's a suburb of Chicago. It's like 45 minutes outside of the city, outside of downtown, basically. But it's where corporate offices like Walgreens is. That I know because I worked there. I used to do that commute. That commute is terrible, especially on the way home. It takes an hour and a half. It took an hour and a half for me to get back into the city, leaving Walgreens when I worked at the corporate office. Okay, so imagine that drive, and imagine what's to come. So, you know, they instantly get there and they kind of point out the elephants who are not in the room. Ikechi, he may not be showing up. Will David show up? Because, let's back it up. Michelle and Emem rode together. And Michelle was just going on and on and on about David. It was so annoying. Her voice was sounding like nails on a chalkboard. Sorry. So they rode and they were just, she was complaining and they didn't think he would show up. Madison and Alan were the first to show up. And then comes Michelle and Emem. Then comes Carla and Juancho. Oh, Juancho shaved and now he looks like a stereotypical Mexican guy in the Speedy Gonzales cartoons. He looks stereotypical, and if he wasn't Latino, he's not Mexican, he's Colombian. So is that offensive to Mexicans that he was mocking with the poncho and then the mustache, or is it cool? Because some Colombians do that too. Anyhow, so they arrive, and so Alan cooks dinner for everybody. Apparently, he's the chef of the group. And yeah, because he was cooking for Madison early on. So he cooks. They decide to sit down for dinner. Oh, David arrived. David instantly wanted a drink. He wanted some whiskey. And they said, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So that implied that it wasn't 5 o'clock in happy hour time. So when they sit down for dinner, we see arriving in an Acura SUV, Ikechi. He comes in with his hips swagging, all smug and angry. He walks in the door. Then he stands on the wall and they say, you want to come in and have something to eat? No, I'm allergic to shellfish. But then he goes in and asks Emem to talk to her for a second. So he wasn't that allergic. So then he has a folder in hand, a little folder. And he says, I want to end this marriage. Can you sign right here? And she's looking like, it's only 1 of 4 pages. I'll sign it. I'll gladly give you your divorce if you have the other page to sign. Sign it for me, please. Where are the other pages? Just sign it for me. And then he gives up. He goes outside. He goes back to his car. And he talks to cameras like, oh, well, you know, I'm just tired. I wanted to end this. It's just, I wanted to bring closure.
Because we finna celebrate. We gonna celebrate what? My divorce. How about that?
No, you were trying to embarrass her. You were trying to make a scene, have a moment, as they say in reality TV. You were trying to have a moment. And it's so funny that he's so unaware, not self-aware, that throughout this whole process, he never once questioned, am I in the wrong? Am I looking bad? Because he continues to create these bad behavior moments.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
On camera. He's such a douche. He is such a douche. If I could curse him out on YouTube, I would. But whatever. He's a catchy, and he's a school counselor, and he's mad at the world. He's mad at his mama. He's mad at his daddy. I know his daddy's sitting at home thinking, see, that's the fool I kicked out my house. That's the fool right there. That's him.
35 years I thought gonna change. Ain't changed the same damn thing. Same thing.
They catch you. So that's not it. So they go back to having dinner, and Emem's at the head of the table, and she says, so how are you guys doing? So they all go around the table, and then, you know, Michelle brings up, well, David lied. It came out, everybody, David lied. Ha, ha, ha. And then 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 David said, yes, I lied. I'm embarrassed about what I did, blah, blah, blah. And Alan wants to chime in, and David's like, no. Alan, you don't want this. You don't want this. And then Madison gets unhinged. Yeah, you don't want this. Like, why is Madison so unhinged? Like, why? I mean, did they cut out some scenes because the continuity was off? I didn't get why she was so offended and got up from the table and left. But here's the thing. On the after show, Carla was there along with Ikechi, talking the same yin yang. Carla basically said that she suspects because they were all out. They were out at a bar. Then Carla and Madison said they were going to go dancing. They went dancing, and then all of a sudden David showed up, and Carla was dancing by herself. And then they just and then they reemerged, and she was like, what happened? They said, well, I lost my phone. So she can totally see that was the one that David was texting. She's Tiffany. Madison is Tiffany. That's her alias, Tiffany. And yeah. But next week, I think the real reveal will happen. Like and subscribe and drop to the comments. Are y'all happy that Ikechi decided to bring his divorce papers? Is Madison going to admit to dating David? Hit the like and subscribe button. Peace.